Hi, I'm Reed. 3 months ago, I landed what I thought was my dream job at Meridian Tech. Good pay, solid benefits, room for growth. I showed up on my first day ready to prove myself, wearing my best shirt and a nervous smile. "You're the new guy?" Marcus, my manager, looked me up and down like I was something stuck to his shoe. "Great, another one to babysit." "I'm Reed, really excited to—" "Save it," he cut me off. "Conference room, now, bring your laptop." I followed him down the hallway, trying to ignore the way my stomach twisted. First day jitters, I told myself. In the conference room, Marcus dropped a massive binder on the table. "You have until end of day to memorize this entire process manual. Any questions mean you weren't paying attention." "End of day? That's only 6 hours. Problem already?" His voice went cold. "Because I can call HR right now. Tell them this isn't working out." No problem," I said quickly. He leaned in close. "You people always think you deserve special treatment on day one. Well, not on my team. You'll earn your place here or you'll leave. Got it?" "Got it." That was just the beginning. By week 2, I'd watched Marcus reduce another new hire, Jen, to tears during a team meeting. "Did you even read the email I sent?" Marcus's voice dripped with contempt. "Or are you just completely incompetent?" Jen's hands shook as she opened her laptop. "I did read it. Just what? Just decided my instructions don't apply to you? That's not what I— Stop making excuses!" Marcus slammed his hand on the table. Everyone jumped. "This is pathetic, absolutely pathetic. You're wasting everyone's time." I wanted to say something, but Carlos, who'd been there for 2 years, caught my eye and shook his head slightly. A warning. After the meeting, I found Jen in the break room, wiping her eyes. "Hey," I said gently, "you okay?" "I'm fine," she didn't look at me. "Just having a bad day." "That wasn't your fault." Marcus was way out of line. "He's always like that with new people." She finally met my eyes. "You'll see. It gets worse before it gets better." "How much worse?" "Last month, he made David stay until midnight 3 days in a row, redoing work that was already perfect. David quit without another job lined up." She lowered her voice. "And before that, he screamed at Michelle in the parking lot. Someone recorded it, but nothing happened." "Nothing happened? HR didn't—" "Marcus has been here 15 years. His numbers are good. Management loves him." Jen grabbed her coffee. "Just keep your head down, Reed. Don't give him ammunition." But keeping my head down became impossible. "Reed!" Marcus's voice boomed across the office. "My office, now!" I walked in to find him glaring at his computer screen. "Explain this disaster of a report." I looked at the screen. It was the monthly analysis I'd spent all week on. "What's wrong with it?" "What's wrong with it?" He laughed, but there was no humor in it. "Are you serious right now?" I followed the template exactly. The template. He stood up, coming around his desk. "The template is for people who know what they're doing. You clearly don't. Can you tell me specifically what needs to be fixed?" "Oh, so now you want me to do your job for you?" His face was inches from mine. "Is that what you're saying? That you need me to hold your hand like a child?" "No, I'm asking for feedback so I can improve." "Get out. Redo the entire thing. I want it on my desk by 7 tomorrow morning." "Tomorrow's Saturday." Did I stutter? His eyes narrowed. "Or is working on weekends beneath you?" That night I called Carlos. "He's making me come in tomorrow," I said, "for the 3rd Saturday in a row." Carlos sighed heavily. "Yeah, he does that. Builds a case that you can't handle the workload, then uses it against you in reviews." "This is insane. How is he getting away with this?" "People have tried reporting him before," Carlos said. "Nothing sticks. He's careful. Makes it look like performance issues, not harassment. Someone needs to stop him." "Good luck with that, man. I've got 6 months until I'm vested. Then I'm out." I sat there in my apartment staring at the report on my screen. 3 months of this. 3 months of watching Marcus destroy people's confidence, their mental health, their careers. Then I opened a new document and started writing. Every incident, every conversation, every witness. If Carlos wouldn't fight back and Jen couldn't, then maybe I would. Monday morning, I started carrying a small notebook everywhere. "What's that?" Jen asked, watching me jot something down after Marcus's latest tirade. "Notes," I said simply. "Times, dates, what he said, who was there." Her eyes widened. "Reed, that's dangerous. If he finds out—" "He won't," I kept writing. "But I'm not spending another year watching him get away with this." "Another year?" She shook her head. "Most people don't make it 6 months." Over the next 3 weeks, I documented everything. Every belittling comment, every unreasonable demand, every time Marcus made someone stay late or come in on weekends. I talked to people, gathered stories. He told me I was worthless, David told me over coffee at a shop far from the office. Said I'd never amount to anything in this industry. After he fired me, I had panic attacks for months. Would you be willing to give a statement? David hesitated. Will it actually change anything? I don't know, I admitted, but doing nothing definitely won't. Okay, yeah, if it helps stop him from doing this to someone else. Michelle was harder to track down, but when I finally reached her by phone, she was immediately on board. I recorded him that day in the parking lot, she said. I've still got the video. He backed me against my car, screaming that I was an embarrassment to the company. Can you send me that? Already done. Check your email. I was watching the video when Carlos walked up to my desk. Can we talk? He asked quietly. Outside? In the parking lot, Carlos crossed his arms. I heard you've been collecting evidence against Marcus. Yeah. You need to stop. What? You're going to make things worse for everyone, Carlos said. Marcus will just get more careful, more vindictive. People will lose their jobs. People are already losing their jobs. Jen's on anxiety medication because of him. David can't get a reference. Michelle, and you think reporting him will fix that? Carlos's voice rose. You think HR actually cares? They care about liability. They'll bury this and bury you with it. So we just let him keep doing it? We survive. We get through it. That's what adults do. I stared at him. You know what? You're right that I can't change what happened to you or David or Michelle, but I can maybe stop it from happening to the next person. And if you're too scared to help, fine. But don't tell me I'm wrong for trying. Carlos's jaw tightened. You're going to regret this. Maybe, but at least I'll be able to live with myself. That evening, I called the anonymous hotline number from the employee handbook. Thank you for calling the Meridian Tech Ethics Hotline. How can I help you? I took a deep breath. I want to report a manager for harassment and bullying of multiple employees. I'm going to need you to provide specific details and any documentation you have. I have 3 months of documented incidents, video evidence, and 5 people willing to give statements. There was a pause. That's quite thorough. Let me transfer you to our senior investigator. 20 minutes later, I'd explained everything to Sarah from HR. Her voice was professional, controlled. Reed, I want to be clear about what happens next, she said. We take these allegations very seriously. I'll be opening a formal investigation. That means interviews with everyone involved, including Marcus. Will he know I reported him? We'll keep your identity confidential as long as possible, but if this proceeds to disciplinary action, he may be able to figure it out. I understand. Good. I'll be in touch within 48 hours to schedule your formal interview. Tuesday afternoon, Jen appeared at my desk, pale and shaking. HR just called me, she whispered. They want to interview me about Marcus. They're investigating. Reed, what did you do? What someone should have done months ago. He's going to know it was you. He's going to... She stopped, looking over my shoulder. I turned. Marcus was standing in his office doorway, staring directly at me with an expression I'd never seen before. Cold, calculating. Reed, he called out. My office, now. Everyone in the office went silent as I walked toward Marcus's office. Close the door, he said. I left it open. I'd prefer to keep it open. I said close the door. And I'd prefer to keep it open. If you have feedback on my work, we can discuss it here. His face flushed. You think you're smart, don't you? I know what you're doing. I'm doing my job. Your job? He laughed bitterly. Your job is what I tell you it is. And right now I'm telling you that you're on thin ice. Is there something specific you need from me? I kept my voice level. I need you to remember who holds your career in their hands. I can make your life here very difficult. More difficult than it already is? The flush deepened. Watch yourself. Marcus! Sarah appeared in the doorway, another HR representative behind her. I need you to come with me. I'm in the middle of something. Now, please. Her tone left no room for argument. Marcus's eyes never left mine as he stood. This conversation isn't over. Actually, Sarah said, it is. Reed, please return to your desk. 2 hours later, Sarah called me to a conference room. Marcus was already there with a representative from legal. Reed, Marcus has requested this meeting to address the allegations directly, Sarah began. Marcus, you have the floor. Marcus leaned forward, his voice suddenly soft, reasonable. Reed, I think there's been a misunderstanding. If I've been too hard on you, it's only because I see your potential. I push people because I want them to succeed. Is that what you were doing when you made Jen cry in front of the entire team? Jen's sensitive. I was just providing necessary feedback. You called her pathetic and incompetent. That's not... He stopped, recalibrating. Look, Maybe my delivery could have been better. I'm passionate about the work. Sometimes that comes across wrong. What about making David work until midnight 3 nights in a row? David couldn't manage his time effectively. I was trying to help him learn. Or Michelle, when you backed her against her car in the parking lot? Marcus's mask slipped for a second. I never touched her. I didn't say you did, but you screamed at her, threatened her. We have video. Reed. His voice changed, becoming almost pleading. I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable. I'm sorry if my management style didn't work for you. Can we just move past this? I'll do better, I promise. No. No? No, we can't move past this. And your apology means nothing. I looked directly at him. You've been bullying new hires for years. You're not sorry. You're sorry you got caught. I'm trying to apologize here. I don't want your apology. I want you to stop destroying people. Marcus's expression hardened. You arrogant little... He caught himself, looking at Sarah and the lawyer. Fine. You want to play it this way? I'll fight this. And when HR realizes you're just a disgruntled employee who couldn't handle the workload, you'll be the one looking for a new job. Actually, Sarah interjected, based on the evidence Reed provided and our preliminary interviews, we're placing you on administrative leave pending full investigation. What? Marcus shot to his feet. You can't be serious. Do you know what my numbers are? What I've accomplished for this company? We're aware of your performance metrics. We're also aware of the pattern of behavior described by multiple employees. This is ridiculous, he pointed at me. You're going to believe him over me? I've been here 15 years. Please leave the premises, Sarah said calmly. Security will escort you. Marcus's face went purple. This isn't over. I'll sue. I'll make sure everyone knows what kind of person you really are, Reed. You think you've won? You have no idea what you've started. He grabbed his phone and took a step toward me. For a moment, I thought he might actually hit me. Security appeared in the doorway. Sir, we need you to come with us. Get your hands off me! Marcus shoved the security guard hard enough to make him stumble back. That was assault, the lawyer said quietly, making a note. In front of witnesses. The investigation took 3 weeks. Sarah interviewed everyone, current employees, former employees, even people from other departments who'd had run-ins with Marcus. How are you holding up? Jen asked me one morning in the break room. I'm okay. You? Better. She smiled and it looked genuine. It's weird not being scared to come to work. I forgot what that felt like. Have you heard anything about the investigation? Sarah talked to me for over an hour. I told her everything. She paused. Thank you, Reed, for having the guts to do something. Carlos appeared in the doorway, looking uncomfortable. Reed, can we talk? We stepped outside. I was wrong, he said without preamble, about telling you to stop. I was scared, and I let that fear make me complicit in what was happening. You were trying to survive. We all were, but you were trying to do something about it. He held out his hand. I gave my statement to HR yesterday. Everything I saw, everything I heard. If they need me to testify or whatever, I'm in. Thanks, Carlos. No, thank you. 2 days later, Sarah called me to HR. Reed, I wanted to update you on the investigation. She pulled out a thick file. Based on the evidence you provided and testimony from 12 employees, we've determined that Marcus engaged in a pattern of harassment, discrimination, and creating a hostile work environment. What happens now? Marcus has been terminated, effective immediately. Additionally, due to the assault on security, the company is pursuing charges. The district attorney has agreed to file. He's being charged? Assault on a security officer, plus threatening behavior toward multiple employees. With the video evidence and witness statements, it's a solid case. A week later, I ran into Marcus outside the courthouse. He was with his lawyer, looking smaller somehow, diminished. Reed, he approached me. Can we talk, just for a minute? We don't have anything to talk about. Please, I just want to explain. Explain what? How you made people's lives miserable? How you used your position to bully people who couldn't fight back? I made mistakes. I know that now. I'm in therapy. I'm working on myself. His voice cracked. I'm sorry. Really, truly sorry. Can't we just... I don't know. Can you forgive me? No. Reed, please. You don't get forgiveness just because you finally face consequences. You don't get to apologize your way out of this. I started to walk away, then turned back. You had 15 years to work on yourself. Instead, you spent them making other people feel worthless. Own that. Inside the courthouse, I met with the prosecutor. The company's cooperating fully, she told me. With their internal documentation and your evidence, plus the assault charge, we're looking at a conviction. What kind of sentence? Suspended sentence, probably. Community service, court-ordered anger management. Plus, the civil suits from former employees will likely bankrupt him. It wasn't prison time, but it was something. More than he'd faced before. That evening, Jen, Carlos, David, Michelle, and I met for dinner. To Reed, David raised his glass, for having the spine none of us had. It wasn't just me, I said. It was all of us. Every person who was willing to tell their story. Still, Michelle said, you started it. You took the risk. Someone had to. What's next for you? Carlos asked. Staying at Meridian? For now, they've brought in a new manager. She seems good. I smiled. Besides, I kind of like the idea of being there to make sure this doesn't happen again. To making sure it doesn't happen again, Jen echoed, and we all clinked glasses. Walking to my car later, I thought about those first days. The fear, the helplessness, the feeling that nothing would ever change. But things did change. Sometimes all it takes is one person willing to document the truth and make the call. Marcus lost his job, his reputation, and his ability to hurt anyone else at Meridian. The investigation led to company-wide policy changes, better reporting systems, and mandatory training for all managers. Was it revenge? Maybe. But more than that, it was justice. Have you ever witnessed workplace bullying? How did you handle it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if this story resonated with you, don't forget to like and subscribe for more true revenge stories.